Retro shooters are all the rage today in the indie shooter scene, but which one's the best? Today we're going to tell you why Nightmare Reaper should be at the top of your list. Developed and published by Blazing Bit Games, Nightmare Reaper is an action, roguelite, retro-style first-person shooter game. Nightmare Reaper is Blazing Bit Games' first major release, and they're already working on their second title. Did we mention that Nightmare Reaper also has looter elements to it as well? Nightmare Reaper officially released March 28, 2022, and has been receiving favorable reviews thus far. But what about S35 Gaming's review, Mike? Well, let's dive into more about this game before we give you our verdict. This game is sure to bring hours of enjoyment. It is mostly presented in a retro first-person shooter style, but its cutscenes are a pleasant animation style. It breaks the boundaries between classic and modern gameplay and is truly innovative. You'll progress through the depths of a nightmare while looting yourself a new arsenal of powerful weapons. You'll also be able to progress your character in a unique improvement system. It was inspired by retro FPS looter shooters, and that definitely shows in this game's style. Will you escape the haunting nightmare you're trapped in, or will you fade into nothingness? Well, that remains up to you. Nightmare Reaper features intense and addictive gameplay. There's a plethora of enemies, all crammed into open-ended levels that are chock full of surprises and treasure. Not to mention proverbial geysers of blood and gore. This game features a unique character progression system where you will use the gold you collect to produce loads of character upgrades and new abilities. This is all done through a unique minigame system that is sure to bring hours of enjoyment all on its own. There's an insane variety of weapons to collect and use at a whim. Nightmare Reaper boasts over 80 unique weapons that feature over 30 enchantment types for you to collect, loot, and blow your enemies into another dimension. The music and audio of Nightmare Reaper is presented by Andrew Hulshut. It also boasts a non-intrusive, yet mysterious story. A considerable variety of game modes are also available to you in this game. It has a beautiful mix of manual and random level generation as well. There are also tons of random events and secrets to uncover. All of this makes Nightmare Reaper one of those games that you can play again and again with new experiences each time. Talk about replayability. That being said, Nightmare Reaper is very gory and features huge amounts of pixelated blood and gore, so keep that in mind if you're planning to pick this game up. Nightmare Reaper was in early access up to its release on March 28, 2022. It was featured as an official selection of Demo Night Montreal in 2021, and before that, it was a featured game in Realms Deep 2020 3D Realms Virtual Conference 2. Blazing Bit Games has been working on this game for quite some time, and we're delighted to see that it's finally come out of early access. It's gotten very positive reviews on Steam and through Google users. It received a 3.9 out of 5 from GOG.com and an 82% from Metacritic as well. Talk about an astounding resume for a first release. Okay, this game is no doubt impressive, but what did we rate this game? We'll get to that in a few seconds, but first, that's right, Studio 35 found Nightmare Reaper to be a perfect game. We gave it a perfect score because it is unique, features diverse gameplay, has an impressive resume, and is sure to bring hours of enjoyment. Nightmare Reaper has a great potential for replayability and truly merges classic and retro first-person shooter gameplay with modern elements too. The game is fun, dark, and features a non-intrusive story. We just couldn't help but give it that coveted 5 out of 5. Well done, Blazing Bit Games. You knocked it out of the park, and we can't wait to see what you bring to the market in the future. Our rating, a perfect 5 out of 5. What's your favorite retro shooter? Let us know in the comments, but remember, always be kind. And why don't you check out why we thought Chrono Cross Radical Dreamers Edition didn't live up to the hype while you're here. I'm Mike Golchinski, and I'll see you in the next video.